Oh, hello! It's your boy. Got his head stuck in a trash can here, and I'm here for all you ladies and gents to discuss the play Lungs by Duncan Macmillan. I just read this masterpiece of a play, and I'm here to break it down with you. I finally got down to reading a play, and I was really intrigued by this play. Really, really intrigued. Let's kick it off, shall we? Let's kick it off. There's a program note at the very beginning when you start reading that says, because it's the characters are one man and one woman, and the initials in the script when you're reading are M and W to indicate the man and the woman roles. But in the program note, he says M and W are not the characters' names. For when you put down the cast, you put down just the actors when you list it in the program. Because the actors are playing essentially a character version of themselves with the script. Because the script can be a relationship of anyone, basically, and it can play different ways depending on how they play it and how the actors feel about the script. I mean, which I love, by the way. And then there's the author's note. The author's note details the set and everything. The set is bare stage. There's nothing. There's not even something to sit on. Nothing to indicate scene change. Nothing. Lighting, bare minimum. Sound, bare minimum. Nothing to indicate a scene transition. He doesn't want any of that because the script itself does that. Yeah, the spaces in between the lines also are an interesting thing because they're indicating pauses, but he lets the actor decide how long the pause should be. It's up to them whatever they're feeling when they're doing it in the moment. Now, the plot is basically about this couple who are thinking about having a baby. And they're going through this life cycle of whether they should have it or not have it. Then they decide to have it. And then something goes awry. And then they separate in a sense, and then they go through that cycle, and then they come back in a fucking crazy way, and then it goes kind of, it's basically a life cycle in a sense. You're going through these I assume they start as young adults to very old, and it is a very, very fucking crazily dramatic piece of work. And I honestly love it. I really enjoyed this. I can't say much about the plot without spoiling it, but damn, if you're underage, you can't read this. It's curse words. What's wrong with you? You think you can read everything that has curse words in it? Look at a Marvel comic book. You got to decide which one you're gonna get. You can't get Deadpool because that's not for kids. But if your parents allow it, then that's just crazy. I don't underage, but anyone over age. This shit has fuck in it so many times. Mostly fuck. It's mostly fuck is in this script. There's some fuck as well, if you want to say. There's fuck and then there's fuck. So if you can distinguish the two, you know what I'm saying? But I love the dialogue. The dialogue is probably my favorite part about the script. Because it's just, as he says in the author's note, they right off the bat, they are just quick. They talk really fast. And they talk loud. They talk faster than what you expect, is what he says. And then there's no intermission, by the way. This is all just one thing. There's scene transitions in the script, but it never tells you. But it gives you the hint through the dialogue. Basically, the dialogue is what transitions the script, which I fucking love. One example I'll give you, but I want you to experience this for yourself. But one example I will give you is, they talk about, the man talks about, hey, maybe you should come give me lunch sometime, maybe Tuesday, or maybe, I think the woman actually says it. She's like, maybe I should go bring you lunch on your lunch break. When's your lunch break? He's like, how about Tuesday? And then the next line is her giving him the sandwich by saying, here you go. And he's like, oh, is it Tuesday? You know, and it's just great. It's a great transition through the dialogue. And I find that fucking fascinating. And there's a lot of that in the script, and I fucking love it. It jumps ahead through time, and you're going through these lives, and they say this a lot that throughout the script, which I also love, that they're just having a conversation. And she's like, there's never an argument, there's just this conversation that's happening. And it does seem like there's an argument, but they literally talk about it like, no, we're not having an argument. It's just a conversation. And you can, and there's no indication whether they get louder or angrier. Actors have to make the choices, whatever they, for this kind of thing, which I fucking love. It's all actor's choice, basically. This is choices, just giving, you can choose from, like options for you to choose from as an actor, and I think that's fucking fantastic in this script. One of the things I really love, though, is the idea of the man doesn't say much during the beginning, and he explains that he mostly doesn't respond a lot because he's thinking a lot. And this play is not about thinking, because she keeps talking because she doesn't think. She just says what's on her mind consistently. And he says breathe half the time, which, lungs, which makes me think about the title, and I'm like, oh shit, they're just continuously talking. And she ends up at a point and being like, why are you not talking so much? You need to stop fucking thinking and just start fucking talking. And he just talks too, and then he goes on his ramble. It's fucking great. I barely had lungs reading this goddamn thing when I fucking finished. So, I recommend the shit out of this play. This play, for me, if I were to rate it now, I don't have a rating system yet, but I'm just going to use a generic one, like a 5 out of 5 kind of thing. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason why I'm not getting a 5 out of 5 is because it gets a little bit confusing in the beginning. It gets hard to read at the first part, but that's basically my fucking nitpicking shit. And I wouldn't give it a 5 out of 5, mainly because it pulled me, but it almost had me. It almost had me at that 5, but it didn't give me that 5, It didn't give me that 5, because some of it was kind of like, oh, okay. But it was almost there. It just didn't give me that close there, I kind of wanted to get hit real good. I did get depressed at the end of this play, by the way. I did get really depressed. It just didn't give me the 5. But 4.5 out of 5, this play is fucking amazing. I recommend you read it. You read it. I might read this again, and maybe my rating might change, you never know. And that's the play. That's the play review. I don't have much to say negatively wise, because it's a pretty good script. I just got confused at the beginning, and I didn't understand the transitions as well in the beginning, but once I found out, I fucking love those transitions. But I didn't understand that in the beginning. I was kind of confused on what the dialogue was doing, but besides that, pretty good script. Next play I think I'm reading is Loose Cannon. I heard good things about this, and I'm excited to get into this. I think after that I will be reading Straight White Men, and then after that I think I'm reading Life Sucks, and that order. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys think about reading this play. A lot of good monologues for men and women. Mostly women, though. There's a lot of good women monologues in here. But with that being said, skedaddle skedoodle, my dudes. Bye-bye.